25 days of design chats in December. Let's go. December 15th. Add space for cars and parking around a mid-century house. Here's another reader question. How can I add more parking areas around my mid-century house? Great point. This is a really common challenge because in the mid-century era, it was pretty common for a middle-class household to own only one car. Now, we tend to need one car per adult. This is America. We don't have a lot of transit options. Step 1, advocate for more transit options in your area. Try to get rid of a car. Step 2, okay, let's address the problem right now. So, the easiest thing you can do is just to add to your driveway, to create a pull-out space where you can get out of the stream of a one-car driveway that goes straight into a one-car garage and park next to that sort of space in front of the garage. I highly recommend that if you do that you consider a permeable paver or block solution rather than just pouring more concrete. But one way or another, that's probably the lowest infrastructure change you can make to get more parking space around your mid-century house. The next possibility is to modify or expand the garage that you have, or if you don't have a garage, to add one. Probably the easiest addition is to create a carport, again off to one side of the garage, covered at the top and maybe one or two sides to keep most of the weather off. Another thing you can do is to create a drive-through garage where you put a garage door, overhead door, not just on the front of the garage, but also on the back. So you can come through into a space in the backyard, which again might be covered, carport, extra space, or simply extending the garage linearly. You can also make a two-car garage side by side if you've got space between your house and the neighbors, and if it's allowed by the local zoning setback restrictions. I had a couple other thoughts on garages and the relationship between cars and houses. You want to think about, if you live in the Midwest, probably accessing the house from a covered space. Ideally, it's nice to get out of a car in the winter in a garage, leave it free from snow and ice, and proceed directly into your house. But can you? Many houses in the mid-century era don't actually have direct access between the garage and the house because people were understandably worried about fire safety. We still have code rules that govern the fire safety separation between garages and house. You have to have a certain amount of thickness of drywall, more than is necessary inside of your house, and you need a 20-minute fire-rated door, usually steel, that separates those two spaces, because we keep not just cars in our garages, but fertilizer, extra oil, and other flammable substances. It's not a bad idea. One way or another, it is required. So, the thing I wanted to ask you though is, if you have direct access from your garage to your house, how does it work when you get inside? Do you have a space, a drop zone, a mudroom where you can kick off shoes, set down packages, leave outer clothing? If you don't, you might want to think about reorienting your access, coming in from another wall, creating an addition, perhaps if your garage aligns with the back of the house on the back, that you can walk out to the back into a small addition space mudroom and then come back around to the kitchen from another access point. It could give you access also to the backyard or to the deck. In my own house, I was able to take a very unfunctional 6-foot wide, 20-foot long, dark breezeway and convert it into half extra space for my garage storage and half convenient mudroom that opened off the kitchen, rather than needing to go out of my garage through the overhead door, around in through the breezeway, and in through the kitchen door. I love this improvement, and I try it for every house that I have a similar layout challenge with when I'm doing design work. So, do you have more questions about dealing with cars in mid-century houses? Shoot them at me in the comments. Tell me what you've done to improve your garage to house access, or what you wish you could do. I'd love to hear about this because, cars are a problem we all have to deal with. So, good luck in having your best car to house access and in living your best life in your mid-century house.